A truly despicable crime. There's really no words for this one. A baby boy just hours old, dumped in a storm drain and left to die. Right now, two teenagers, a boyfriend and girlfriend, sit behind bars. Police say these two teens, who are allegedly the mom and the dad, told different stories, and they sent officers scrambling desperately after false leads all over Atlanta. Cops frantically searched dumpsters and roadways, racing to find this precious little boy in time. And guess what? A miracle of miracles, they did find him alive. Tragically, he later died in the hospital. Listen to what the accused dad told Prime News affiliate WSB.
Police said the baby was moving when it was in the storm drain. You still say it was a miscarriage?
It is a miscarriage.
We are taking your calls on that one, 1-877-TEL-HLN. Here to talk about this incomprehensible story, Casey Jordan, criminologist and a criminal law attorney, and former prosecutor Robin Bond. What struck me the most is that this couple reportedly showed little emotion. Even though, Robin Bond, I was literally getting nauseous as I read the details of this. This happened on a rainy day. There was flooding, there was rain, and they allegedly leave the child in a storm drain, and then they don't even tell them exactly where this child is, and the cops have to go on this crazy chase to find this little baby.
It's a terrible, terrible thing, and it's shocking to us. And, you know, I think what we're going to see here is the mom's going to tell one story, the dad's going to tell another. Everybody's going to point fingers and say, it was, as the father's saying, the child was dead upon birth. The mother's going to say, well, the child was alive, but I didn't have anything to do with it. The father took the child. So, you know,
what's the point? This is such
deplorable.
This is such, it's going to ruin their lives. If they're convicted, they're going to be behind bars for many years.
Absolutely.
And Casey Jordan, it didn't have to happen. The mom herself went to the hospital after giving birth. She could have taken the baby with her. Instead, they leave the baby, put it in a storm drain, and then she goes to the hospital to take care of herself without the infant. And the father is saying, we didn't know what to do with the kid. Why don't you just take him to the hospital?
And not only that, I think what really adds insult to injury here is that Georgia has a safe haven law, like most states do. Any mother can surrender a newborn within the first 7 days to hospital personnel. No criminal charges, no abandonment can be filed against her. If she's going to the hospital anyway, then she could have taken the child with her and just said, we don't know what to do with this kid. Can you put it in state custody? Either one of them could do it. Anyone could have done that. Instead, she complicated matters further by telling, I mean, obviously they knew she'd given birth. She didn't lie about that. She said that the baby was born in a gas station and they put the baby in a trash barrel. Those few hours they spent looking in the gas station dumpster could have been the difference between that infant living or dying.
It's just unnecessary. And then the father allegedly claims that the baby was born stillborn and it was all a miscarriage. But how could that be? Because the cops have determined they can prove they found the child still alive, Robin Bond.
Yeah, the child was alive. So that you know, that water, that's not going to hold water, as we all know. But here's the other thing. When we look at cause of death, the cause of death will be, was there an existing genetic condition or other medical condition that actually caused the death of the child? Or was the putting the child in an abandoned situation that superseding intervening force that actually resulted in the child's death? So that's what we'll be waiting for, the autopsy findings, so the police know whether we've just got an aggravated child cruelty case or whether we have murder.
I'll tell you what the problem is. These teenagers shouldn't be having kids. They're 18 and 19, and that's just too young, really, in most cases, especially in this case when this guy is out on bond for robbery.
No one's going to argue with you on that one.
We got to leave it right there. More on this case when we're coming back right after the break.